Okay, a little more on the legs. I'm lining the leg up. A lot of times when people are down, their knees are a little different. Sometimes it's uncomfortable for them. You do want to try to get the hip joint as forward as possible so that it's all in alignment. Over the toe, knee over the toe. Okay, we're going to just go over the leg and do some work with the leg. This is Athena Jezik. Today we're just more or less going over the full routines of things. I keep forgetting that I have a camera behind me, so apply the oil. Okay, in massage, you start down, of course, at the distal end, the distally. Lymphatic work, you start proximally, so this will be for the muscle work. That's to get the circulation, the blood circulation works better when you start distally. I'm going through each little toe, working the toes here. To the arch of the foot and the soft part of the foot. I'm not doing foot reflexology. I'm just working into the muscles, although I do know where some of the points are, and they are, I do pay attention to them from time to time, but I'm not a foot reflexologist. I haven't put the time into it to be considered proficient at it, so I will not pretend like I know what to do with foot reflexology. And something else that I notice is pretty prevalent in this field of work is a lot of people maybe take just a few hours of a course, and then on their business cards they'll say that they do that kind of work. That's a little bit misleading. And I know for myself I can't misrepresent myself in such a way. So anybody out there who is doing this work, it's best to just be more aligned with what it is that you do and what you do well. And don't worry about having a lot of things on the list, because it's better to do a few modalities very well and get good results than it is to have a litany of things that you do and not have anything really give any kind of meaningful result. Now the calf, getting under the calf here is a important thing. This muscle is oftentimes very tight, particularly with people who run or walk or play sports. Okay, now remember this area of the knee you don't want to go into. The side of the knee is okay, there's muscle attachments. There's a lot of things going on in the back side of the knee. It's best not to go into that with much work. I just usually stay away from it, and about here is where you can feel that it's it feels a little softer, kind of a little different. It doesn't have a feeling of muscle. It's other stuff. There's veins, there's lymph nodes. So, and here's a little bruise. This isn't too concerning of a bruise. It looks like a bump on the table. And then going up the leg, up the side of the leg is always really good. The iliotibial tract. It's a little tougher material made to support. It's nice to have this long line well worked. And you're going to find when you go up and down this that a lot of times it's very ripply. So I work it this way, then I get into the muscle, the hamstring area, up into the hip. And then I do some cross fiber across down the iliotibial tract. And then along the attachments, which is into the hip area, and picking up the inner thigh and working the inner thigh area. Okay. Okay, second leg, applying the oil, and this is a repeated routine. Like I say, if you're in this business, it is good to get a real good basic routine and just keep doing it over and over. What I have found that a lot of massage people, I would say most of them that I've gone to over the years, don't always do the same thing on both sides, because they haven't gotten a routine well established. And of course, for me, I'm probably a little bit more able to pick that sort of thing up. But it is a good idea. It also just helps you to get into a flow that you just know what you're doing, and it becomes very automatic. And then by doing that, you don't have to think so much about what you did or didn't do. You can begin to understand how to go into that muscle and work it a little differently. After you get your hands on so many people, you'll be able to feel when things aren't quite the way they should be. If there's tension, or if there's winding, or if there's something going on, fluids, you'll be able to begin to pick out these anomalies that are happening and learn different techniques on doing that situation. For me, I found that if I didn't have a routine that I had gotten so ingrained into my hands that it was automatic, I wasn't able to focus on other things because I was so busy thinking about what I'm doing, or what I missed, or what did I do over on the other side. So that's just another little hint to, if you're in the business, to enhance the work so that people can always come in and get a good, thorough muscle massage, and they'll know that they'll be covered. Each muscle will get its fair share of time. I think the one downside about that is after you get your hands very well trained, they work faster, and they're still equally as thorough. So the challenge has always been for me is to slow down, because you can't make time go faster. So I found that after I got real proficient, I can work these things, especially on a body where I've been working it for a while, where there's not a lot of issue at hand, get through very thoroughly, very completely in a shorter amount of time, finding that I would have like half the time left and one leg left. So it was a challenge for me to slow the work down, or to do more repeating, or just to pay attention at deeper levels, or add in some things that are that I don't normally do in a massage, like some tissue unwinding or a little lymph work around the knee or checking the cuboid bone and different things like that. So the massage becomes much more complete in deeper levels of the work, which I'm planning to put together something, an adjunct to what I'm doing here, to get some of these more detailed things out to you in a way that you can apply it. There is so much to share about this work. This is just very superficially where we start. But if you're interested in going much further with it, there is a lot of fun ahead of you. Okay.